Hi guys, I hope you're all well today. We are going to try and get back on track this week because we have a lot to talk about. Today I'm going to be very brave and do the one thing I did not want to do. Basically, because I have no choice. It concerns an argument of sorts which I was trying to avoid, but so many of you have asked me my opinion that I would look rather silly if I'd ignored it, or at least I'll look like a coward. So sit down, bite down on something, stay calm, and hear me out. A number of you are a little upset about Lady C saying that there is no evidence that Meghan was a yacht girl. And on the opposite end, there are people like Paula M who are now, as result of what Lady C said, being harassed and called a liar. Now, I had my share of that last week when the same lady and a few others said that it is a complete lie or made up story that there was a request for the king and his son to meet. I received comments, email, and DMs informing me of what was said and going even further and calling me a liar and someone who made up stories, blah, blah, blah. And hence, one of the reasons I was a bit uptight and upset last week, because none of the nasty people are any closer to the royal family than me, Lady C, Paula M, Murky Meg, GB News, Kinsey Schofield, or anyone else you may love or hate. We all rely on what we hear, what we are told, what we read, and so forth. We all have our clique of informers, some of which are also not always right, because often they are also basing their information on what they see, hear, or are told or read somewhere. None of us live with or work for the Royals or the Harkles. We are reporting on the situation, whether we are professional journalists or not. And then, obviously, we add our opinion to it all. Stay calm. I'm not going to dodge the discussion or the question by being as nondescript as that. I am not Meghan Markle. I'm not going to give you word salad. I'll call a spade, whether you like it or not. So, the argument, in inverted commas, which is not really an argument, but more a difference of opinion, I guess. But you asked for mine, so here it is. Lady C said that there is no evidence that Meghan Markle was a professional yacht girl. And the lady got quite upset that people accused her of changing her mind, which she didn't, in all fairness, of covering for Meghan, which I don't think she's doing, and of being influenced by someone to cover for Meghan or to polish her reputation a little, which, quite frankly, no one has any proof of. And one thing I absolutely agree with Lady C on is that I'm also not going to lie or tweak a story just because you or anyone else want me to, just to get those clicks and views for salacious and often untrue content. Not doing it as much as I can do with another 20, 30, 40 subs. No, I need to lay my head down at night and sleep without a guilty conscience. No matter how nasty the other person is, you don't lower yourself to their level. And I'm certainly not going to lower myself to Meghan Markle's standards and tell 17 lies in one episode on my channel. Having said that, I 100% understand where Paula M is coming from. I myself had seen those tweets from Adam Horn. I myself had gone into Meghan's timeline and history in an effort to find proof that she was a yacht girl. And I mean a professional, paid for yacht girl. And all I found was that she was indeed promiscuous, was indeed often on the hunt for that famous rich guy, and was quite prepared to use her feminine wiles and tactics to try snare that desired man with a huge bank account and bulging pockets. I found a lot of it, and even some rather unflattering stories, some close to shocking, or shocking, at least to me. What I did not find is indeed proof that Megan was a professional paid for yacht girl. I wish I did. I wish I could, because I intensely dislike Meghan and do blame her for making the Queen and Prince Philip's last days miserable. I am disgusted by her for how she treats her father, and I don't trust one single word out of her mouth. But I honestly could not find any proof that she ever spent time on a yacht for payment. Adam Horn's message is only proof that she had a reputation as likely available for adventures of the horizontal kind on a boat in the ocean. A reputation or gossip does not mean it really happened. What also irks me is that, regardless of me and others having made numerous videos proving with photographs and newspaper articles and more that the dark haired girl on the yacht with Andrew in Phuket or wherever in 2010 was not Meghan Markle, but Alexandra Escat, who was 25 at the time and a model. So please look at the screen. In her own words, in numerous newspapers, Alexandra Escat actually talked about her fling with the British Prince and the Duke of York, and it was not Meghan. It is not Meghan. Lady C had also told you that a personal friend of hers was actually there. Well, none of those people are or were ever friends of mine. So I think in my last video on the subject, I actually named the other people on the yacht. So now I'm asking you, what more do people want before they stop talking rubbish? Anyway, let me calm down. So, the photograph, which is still being used as supposed evidence that Meghan was a yacht girl on a yacht with Andrew, is nonsense and no proof of anything but of a single man out on a holiday with friends. The next photograph, which is being used to prove that Meghan was a yacht girl, is this one. And again, I'm so sorry, but that is bogus as well. Yes, it is Meghan. I have since found out, and yes, that is Misha Nunu, and yes, that is Priyanka Chopra. Unfortunately, for those who want to use this photograph to prove that Meghan was a yacht girl, it also does not prove anything, because this photograph was taken in 2016 when Meghan and Misha were on a 3-week trip to London, Madrid, Mallorca, and Formentura. It is also true that one of the girls in the photo is Karina Shulayak. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's on the picture. Now, Karina was Epstein's last girlfriend, apparently, allegedly. Allegedly. She met Epstein in 2010 and they dated up to his death. However, was she really his girlfriend? What we do know is that he paid for her dental school education and provided assistance to her family. So even if she was his girlfriend, she also had a life separate from him as a student and eventually as someone with a career of her own. As Megan's friends, Marcus Anderson, Priyanka Chopra, and even Jessica Mulroney joined Megan and Misha at various stages of their vacation, it is likely that the outing on the yacht was arranged for them by Marcus or anyone else for that matter. It could even be that neither Misha nor Priyanka nor Megan even knew the other girls. Maybe they did know each other. But what I am telling you is that my friend and legal advisor told me numerous times speculation is not proof. Then there is also a photograph of Andrew on a yacht in 2001. And there are a few girls on the yacht as well, one being a dark haired female. Unfortunately, also not Megan. Not only was Megan at university in Argentina and in Spain in 2001, which unfortunately can also be proven. I mean, how or why do you think her father bankrupted himself for her education? Well, because he paid for it all. Anyway, the people on this yacht, which may have belonged to Epstein or one he may have borrowed or rented, were Jackie Hamilton Smith, Nellie Hooper, Atomic Kitten singer Jenny Frost, and Normandy Keith, not Meghan Markle. Sorry, guys. Does that mean Meghan never tried to do some yachting? No, of course not. After all, I can prove to you that Meghan was promiscuous. I can bring you names, places, dates. But nor I, nor Paula, nor Lady C, nor Kinsey Schofield, nor Neil Shaw, nor Murky Meg, Dan Witten, or Piers Morgan, or anybody else can prove it based on the so-called evidence we are presented with at the moment. So, what about Christopher Jones, who said he worked alongside Megan Bookie? Well, again, who is Christopher Jones? If he was yachting, having relations of the horizontal kind for money, then can we, should we believe him? Does he sound like the honest kind, or do you think he is the type to tell or sell a story for money? Where is his proof? Dates, names, photographs. To date, we have not seen any of it from him. And if anyone knows him, tell him he can send copies of his proof to me. I'll gladly reveal it and prove him to be a truthful, honest guy. Just remember, I'm not paying for any information, as my brother, who's an ex-cop, an ex-private investigator, an ex-VIP security guy, etc., told me. Guys will fabricate any story for money. So if Christopher wants his story out, wants to save his reputation or anything like that, I am the gal for him. If he wants to BS me with photoshopped drivel, he can also stay away. Guys, I've told this story a few times, but there are a lot of new subscribers who joined since I last told it. I was in a spot of legal trouble once with regards to something I shared on this channel. Well, I didn't really share it on the channel, but yeah, long story. And I learned very quickly what I can and can't be sued for. So, if Christopher is telling the truth and can prove it, I'll even give him an entire video on this channel, because unless it contains private medical information and you are a medical professional, you cannot be sued for the truth, particularly not if you have the necessary proof. So, is Lady C right or is Paula M right? Well, both, because Lady C is telling the truth. There is no proof that Meghan was a yacht girl, and Paula M is 100% right, because whatever she shared in videos on this particular subject was based on Adam Horn's tweet, Christopher Jones's narrative, etc. But until I am provided with proof, I am not going to stick my head out and say Meghan Markle was indeed 100% a professional yacht girl. Maybe she tried it once for what she may have thought was a joke or a lark, or maybe because she was broke. We don't know, but I'm more inclined to believe that at worst it was maybe a once off kind of thing. Because looking at her timeline, I do not really know when or where she could fit it in. Remember, it may be called Yacht Week, but unless you keep a yacht at a participating marina or hire one, it can take another week or two to get your yacht there. However, according to an old yachty who knows more than me, girls need not make the whole trip. They can be flown in and flown out. So, my dears, we'll leave that there for now, but don't allow Meghan Markle to divide us like this. She is not worth it, and she does not deserve it. Whether she was a yacht girl or not does not really matter. Just the things we do have proof of is already enough to show us who and what she is. If you want to hate or dislike her and you are looking for a reason, then all you have to do is to recall how she treated Queen Elizabeth II, a woman who dedicated her life to serving her country, a 96-year-old mother, grandmother, and great grandmother. How she mocked her with that exaggerated bow. Meghan Markle will get her comeuppance if the King of England does not see to it. Karma will. And it is my humble opinion that regardless of all the PR stories, the millions Meghan will be paid for posts on Instagram, etc., her comeuppance is close, very close, closer than even all of us may think. And in the next video, I will tell you why I think and say so. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Until we meet on the next one. Bye.